2 times in back-to-back years.
See, it's because he's tough.
They chose Bo Jackson, and he never played for them. Vinny Testaverde was their last first overall selection back in 1987, and we are expecting once again Jameis Winston to be the name that comes out of Tampa Bay's war room. This is the Honda War Room.
Who are they going to pick?
On NFL Network, and it is underway. Could there be a discussion for the first overall pick, not within those walls about who it is, but with a team that's phoning in from outside those walls to offer a king's ransom for the ability to come up and choose someone number 1 overall. We are assuming, though, it will be Jameis Winston. You have the floor on this young man right now.
Yeah, and it's very rare, as Coach Shaw knows, to see a pro-style quarterback come out of a college-style offense. The world's changed, and what we have with Jameis Winston is a prototypical big-arm drop-back quarterback with an ability to come out of a scheme and perform day one. Now watch pros with anticipation and timing. In between 2 linebackers through the open window. You don't see that often in college football. 3rd and 21. Watch him suddenly slide to his left. Extends the play. Picks up 20.
He's a good quarterback.
21. Now, ball security has been an issue. Front side pressure, he doesn't see it.
Yeah, but he fights. If he loses the ball, he fights for it.
18
What?
Unfortunately, this is very difficult.
That wasn't a very good throw. I don't even get Johnny Count. That's a waste of $250,000 if you get a block. Or kick it.
You've seen him play very well, and he can eliminate those turnovers.
Look at that. Look at that
That's
rep.
not the only thing people wondering if he can clean up. His act is another thing, and that's off the field. Ian Rappaport joining us now. What have the Bucs done for a prospect that may be the most scrutinized in NFL draft history?
Well, Rich, according to Bucs sources, they had an unprecedented investigation into the background of Jameis Winston. I'm told they talked to more than 75 people, spent more than 100 man-hours speaking to people in his high school, his hometown, both college teams, and at this point, as general manager Jason Light told me a couple days ago, they have full trust and confidence in the kind of person that Jameis Winston is, and so do their owners.
That's Ian Rappaport outside Drafttown. Inside, right next to me, I got somebody who's trying to recruit Jameis Winston to come play for him at Stanford. That's you, Coach David Shaw. Tell me what you think about Jameis Winston.
To me, he's a lot like Ben Roethlisberger. You know, he's a big guy. You heard Mike Mayock talking about it. Strong arm, physically imposing guy. Too many interceptions and too many incidents, right? Both too many incidents, too many interceptions. You get past that, it could be maturity. He's going to grow. He's going to learn. But I've been in this young man's home. I've never seen as many trophies in this home as I've seen anyplace else. This guy wins. He is a winner. He's won at everything. He's won at baseball, basketball, football. You name it, you put him in a competitive situation, and he wins. And that's exactly
Well, it's in tennis because every football player sucks at tennis.
He's won a national championship, a Heisman Trophy. He's a confident guy. You know that just being around him. He's a smart guy. 4.0. He got into his place. Are you kidding me? But he has an infectious personality. He will lead a team. He will be good in the locker room. The kid is very resilient too. He has to get through a bad half, interceptions, some things off the field, and I think he can, and I think he will. 6 minutes left on the clock to either choose Jameis Winston, somebody else, or trade out of the first overall pick. Joining our coverage now, Charles Davis and Daniel Jeremiah on that Winston Mariota question we've been asking for months.
This is something, Rich, that has been kicked around by the Tampa Bay Bucs.
Come on, can you take this?
Who is the better quarterback? And to me, Jameis Winston ready to come in and play on an NFL field. You see the NFL where you see the NFL throws. The interceptions are a little bit of a concern. You see with Marcus Mariota, you see some of those same things just in much smaller doses. I've spent more time with Marcus Mariota individually, so I've grown a little bit closer to him, and he's the type of kid that I want to be my son. But I also like Jameis Winston on the field a little bit better because I think this is a short-term versus long-term argument. Short-term, Jameis Winston a little bit more ready to play right now. Long-term, I think Marcus Mariota will be able to pick it up. Rich?
Thanks very much, Charles. Appreciate it. The pick is in. The question is the commissioner back from across the street in time to announce it? And if the pick is in, and we have not heard that it's a trade, that means the Bucs just decided to say, no matter what Chip Kelly might have been offering or any other team, it's going to be Jameis Winston.
Well, let's face it, they've acted that way throughout the whole process. You go back to the Senior Bowl, the Combine, conversation with Jason Light, and Jason's always up front. He conversation off the field and on the field, but I think the important thing is getting ownership to sign off. In this day and age, you've got to do that with such a high-profile player.
Well, he had a long meeting with ownership and front office and the coaches, and they got answers about all these issues. He didn't get the same answers that the media got. They got detailed answers about every incident, and if they choose him,
Grandma, can you take this?
There's no question about it. Everybody
Can you
has to
take
be
this?
on the same page. It's not just a franchise player. This is a franchise quarterback. Everybody, secretaries in the building, got to be on board. This is our guy.
We're already 90 seconds into the Titans being on the clock, which means the intrigue involving whoever's number 2 overall and whether the Titans keep that pick. Perhaps there are all sorts of trade offers, final last-minute trade offers pouring into Tennessee right
I have
now.
a Jets
Everybody keep an
collectible.
eye on that and an ear to ground on that. Meanwhile, the commissioner, we were told, has not had a Birdman type experience. He's not locked out of the building on the street. He's actually back inside the building. And here he comes with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Here it is.
With the first pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Jameis Winston, quarterback, Florida State.
So after all that has been said and done and tape grinded and questions about character and on-field acumen,
Congratulations, Jameis.
this young man really thinks about living life and is he really ready
Chris is probably freaking out right now, Mom. Chris.
to any athlete, let alone the first overall selection in the draft. It has been done. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have selected Jameis Winston, number 1 overall in the 2015 draft.
And I really think that certain people embrace the competition and the challenge. And I think he's one of those kinds of athletes. He will not shy away from the bright lights of Tampa.
There's no question about it. Jameis and I had a conversation a couple weeks ago, and we talked about his personality and coming into it. I said, you know what, be yourself. If you work hard and you perform on the field, you can relax because he's got that great personality. Everybody in the building is going to fall in love with him. But I warned him, though, some people in the building are going to be a little put off on him.
Yeah.
But with his personality and the way he's going to work, I think he's going to win him over.
Part of our draft coverage across the street in Draft Town. Kurt Warner joining us now live on NFL Network's coverage. Jameis Winston is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Your thoughts, Kurt?
Well, you know, guys, I think it's a great pick. You know, we've heard a bunch of our guys already talk about it. I think he was by far the most pro-ready quarterback with what they asked him to do at Florida State. And I liken him to another guy, and I know Mike talks about the interceptions he threw. Well, Matt Ryan threw 19 interceptions his last year in college, but I like the way they play inside the pocket. They're classic drop-back passers, can manipulate the pocket, and great second-level throwers, which I believe is what makes quarterbacks great at the National Football League level. You see Jameis there making that second-level throw. You'll watch Matt Ryan here. Great balance in the pocket, great anticipation, able to let the ball go and put it in between defenders. So I liken him to a Matt Ryan coming out of college and really like this pick. I think he's going to help Tampa Bay right away. Rich, back here.
And Matt is already on the head of Jameis Winston in his home in Alabama, where he is with his whole family. So it's not going to be a very long trip for him to hop on Air Glazer and go to work in Tampa. We will hear from Jameis Winston shortly. While the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made their pick, we are almost halfway through with the amount of time the Titans have left. Mariota maybe trade the pick to whom? It's time to move on to the Tennessee Titans, Mike Mayock. What do you think is happening in Tennessee right now?
I think they've been inundated with phone calls for the last several days. I think the logical phone callers have been the New York Jets at 6, Chicago at 7. We all know that Chip Kelly's trying to get there in any crazy way he can from 20. But from my perspective, if I was the new head coach and general manager of the New York Jets, I would be all over this opportunity. I've got a pretty good defense. I need an offensive player, and I would be trying to get up and go get Marcus Mariota to be the quarterback of the Jets.
And there he is at his party in Honolulu, Hawaii, waiting to hear
no press to him here, so his future will be decided in the next 4